my style of cooking is fun and simple. I hate seeing people stressed out in the kitchen. And I hope that when I'm cooking and people can see how fun it is for me and how happy I am doing it, that maybe they feel like they could do it as well. Hi, I'm Kina, and this is How I Holiday. I go by @Peay on social media platforms, and I am known for cooking and hiking, particularly both at the same time. Do something kind for yourself. Let's make some butter salmon. Juicy salmon, some butter, there you are. When I am not hiking and cooking, which is my passion, I work at Google. How I fuse the content of hiking and cooking came by accident. I actually was going through a really rough year when I turned 40. I think I just reached a burnout. And so I started going back to hiking because it's my way of where I feel like I spend time and talk to God. And then one day I was at Mount Shasta and I said, it's so beautiful. I just want to have my dinner here, but I want to cook it. So I brought up a little pan, little propane tank. I had made like an egg McMuffin and I saw the beautiful sunset and the food and I was hooked. So I started sharing it and it kind of just took off. It wasn't planned, it wasn't strategic, it just was born out of a passion. I love to hike, so hiking isn't done just for content creation. It's done because it's part of my mental preservation, my sanity, my peace. I needed an outlet. I needed a safe outlet, and for me, that was it. I mean, some may say it's not safe depending on where you're hiking at, because I have been in areas where wildlife has shown up and been like, sis, you have dinner ready? Am I eating? Am I invited? Go away, Gary. So, and then the cooking part is just because I like to eat. Woo. So we're gonna head to a trail over near Point Reyes. I spend minimum like 6 hours on a trail. People act like, oh my gosh, hiking is so much, it's so relaxing and so fun. It's hard. Sometimes you're sweating, makeup, mascara running off like you just broke up with your ex, but you gotta keep going. If I could take anyone on a hike, it would be Michelle Obama. Of course, President Obama could come if he wanted, but it really would be Michelle who I want to spend time with on a hike. I am from Washington State, Frederickson, a small town an hour away from a national park. Mount Rainier is the name that people use sometimes, but I use the indigenous name Mount Tahoma. My dad was my first park ranger because he always talks about leave the park as you found it or better than you found it. Just respecting the space that God created, and I'm so grateful to him for that. This spot here is good. My parents raised me in a way that like no one can keep you from any space that you want to have access to. Everyone should have access to the outdoors, everyone. I do have a different experience when I'm on the trail. I have been pushed on the trail. I have been wished you die from COVID on the trail. So there are interactions that I have on the trail that my white counterparts don't have. That's a real thing, but I hope that I am making people feel like that they all have access and want to be welcomed in the outdoors. Mother Nature, she does not discriminate. She welcomes all. So we're gonna make my amazing hummus eggs. One thing I love about hiking is the solitude of it, that my problems or whatever I'm dealing with at the time aren't the center of my focus because I'm looking at these beautiful massive trees, gorgeous lakes, and hearing the animals, and it just makes me feel centered and like everything's just gonna be okay. What I'm making today is macaroni and cheese. I'm actually making the macaroni and cheese that my grandmother taught me how to make. This is a staple that we serve during the holidays. I cannot imagine a holiday without homemade macaroni and cheese. So let's get started. The best part of this macaroni and cheese is what, of course, the cheese, right? So I firmly stand behind extra sharp cheddar cheese. So I have 3 blocks here. My grandmother doesn't grate her cheese. She actually cubes it. And I think that's the secret because it helps it disperse through the macaroni and cheese and you get all that cheesy goodness. So what I'm gonna do is just cut big slices, and you gotta use your muscles, and we just broke the knife. So we are gonna cut it and then just cube it, and that's all you're gonna do is just make these very small cubes. And then once you have all of your cheddar cheese diced, I would say about 2 cups. We're also gonna shred probably about a cup. You know, I feel like the cubes, she need help, so I'm gonna shred some cheese. It also is just great to put on top because it gives that top of your macaroni and cheese that crust, because if my macaroni and cheese don't have the crust on the top, I don't want her. Who taught me how to cook was my mom and my grandmother and YouTube and Food Network. One summer, I was 12 years old and I told my parents I want to cook dinner. So my parents were like, all right, if you want to cook, we're going to let you cook. So they gave me a stipend out of their groceries. It was a very big deal, right? We came from a middle-class family, so giving me a portion of their salary for everyone to eat on, and I'm responsible for making those meals. That was the foundation for me really being talented at cooking because my parents encouraged me. They only did it for a summer because I think after that they were like, sis, we can't afford to do this every year. But you know, you got your encouragement, go forth with that. But I'm grateful for that, yeah. You want your water boiling, okay? We want her roiling and boiling. She's not doing that right now. In the meantime, I'm gonna salt my water. You know, we wanna always well season our food. We don't wanna victimize people with unseasoned food. Many of you are doing that in the kitchen, and that's why I'm here to help. So we're gonna season it. And then we're gonna bring it to a boil, and then we're gonna put our noodles in it, and then we're gonna get ready to eat some macaroni and cheese. Christmas is really big in our household. I was raised Christian, still am, and so we celebrate Christmas. I know everybody's got their deals about when Jesus was born, I get it. But what I'm saying is we still celebrate Christmas. I don't personally celebrate Thanksgiving. I had one of my close friends who's Indigenous share with me what it meant to her. She explained to me the way that it feels, that the meaning behind Thanksgiving isn't what we were taught in school, which is it was a happy meal shared between Indigenous people and colonizers. I didn't want to contribute to that. I didn't want to contribute to the myth of why we celebrate Thanksgiving. It is in solidarity to Indigenous people that I don't celebrate it. So we are going to add in all of our macaroni. Immediately, we're going to stir our pasta. We don't want her sticking, okay? She don't need friends. And then we'll put the top on. We want her cooked al dente. While our macaroni is doing her thing, we want her preheated at 375 for 45 minutes. Body positivity, it's naturally weaved into my videos because it's part of who I am as my identity. I just think all bodies come in different shapes and they're all beautiful, I really do. Like, you know, I mean, I put on some weight since the pandemic, but I don't really care. I don't. I like to eat, I still think I look good. Like, how I view myself is how I view myself. It's not important to me how someone else views me. I just want people to feel good about what they're eating, but I don't want to be a part of the culture that makes them feel restricted or bullied by that. Now we have moved on to butter. Butter equals joy. We're gonna give this pan some nice joy. The reason I do it this way though is because I don't want my macaroni to stick to the pan. And also it gives her some more flavor, some more butter. And I just think that that's what she needs. Look at her. Okay, our noodles are now at our al dente stage, see? So we're gonna take her over here to the sink and release her from this water. Freed her from the water, she is free. And now let's go add our hot noodles into our cast iron pan. We're gonna add in our butter. And I'll usually do like 2 sticks or 3. How many ever I feel like I need in it. So we're just gonna mix, because I want every piece of noodle to feel that butter joy. The secret to my grandmother's amazing mac and cheese is pepper. So we are gonna put, I would say at least a teaspoon. So when you see a little bit of the black speckles of pepper in the noodles, you're good. So we're just gonna add in our cubed extra sharp cheddar, drop it in wherever you feel like it, wherever your spirit is leading you to drop it, just drop her in. We want a square inch of cheese everywhere we can see macaroni. We want to now create custard. So we're gonna crack 1 egg into 2 cups of milk. Our second egg, ooh, we splashing. Then we're just gonna mix that up together. So we're gonna go ahead and just pour this on over our macaroni. And then I'm just gonna take my little fork here. I just wanted to get in a little bit down in there. My grandmother, she would always keep pouring the milk in there. She's like, put enough milk until it covers the noodles. Every single time I do it, it makes me nervous because I'm like, this seems like it's too much. And the one time I did not do it, it didn't come out right. Moral of the story is listen to your grandmother. Now for the cheddar cheese. I'm getting the cheese all over the counter. Don't be like me. Cheese is expensive, so keep it all in the pot, okay? I just got happy, you know, making it rain cheddar. And then we're just gonna add a little bit of black pepper on top. All right, she's ready to go in. So we're gonna put her in the oven for 45 minutes at 375 and then get some melanin color on top of that crust. Being Black to me is my way of expression for people. I find Black people to be the most accepting, the most loving and caring. That is how I have experienced Black people in my life, and I try to reflect that. It's also strength. Resilience. We laugh a lot, like we're just always laughing about stuff, and I just feel like Blackness is joy to me. To be Black is joyful. So now we're gonna take out the macaroni and cheese and see if she understood the assignment and is cooked well through. Ooh, it's hot. So what we wanna do is give it about 10 minutes time to rest. You don't wanna burn your mouth on some hot macaroni and cheese. I promise you, you won't have a great holiday. What's next for me is a show. focusing on cooking in the outdoors, but with people around, whether that's hiking with them and sharing a meal, or searching for the best trails and having people experiencing new meals on the trail. That is what's next for me. My encouragement is to focus on what you're doing and the passion that you have for that. I think the more pressure you put on your goal and your dreams eventually will bend to your favor. The key is to enjoy it, be passionate about it, and to stick with it, to not give up.